Okay guys, today I'm going to be teaching you all how to use Siri. Siri is basically a voice through the iPad that you can kind of talk to. You can ask Siri questions such as how is the weather today. You can have her bring up browsers on the internet if you need to look up things. It's basically like a person inside the iPad. So to get Siri, what you want to do is go home, go to the home portion of your iPad and click on the gray gear. And mine has a 1 on it because I have a notification for an update. And so then you're going to go kind of up top to settings where you see Siri and search. So Siri and search, you want to make sure you look at the top for Ask Siri. And you want to make sure that listen for Hey Siri is on. Press home for Siri. Allow Siri when locked as well. All those things are going to make sure that you can use Siri from just saying her name when the iPad is connected to power. And you want to make sure that you can also, well, with having the green button on press home for Siri, that's going to allow you to reach Siri by holding down the home button. And so I'm going to do that now. I'm going to hold down the home button and show you guys how to reach Siri from there. And so she recognizes my voice, and so she said go ahead, and I can ask her simple questions again like how's the weather today. And Siri's just very, very helpful for anything really, just asking questions, whatever you need. And also you want to make sure voice feedback right here, it has the blue check mark by always on. Always on will allow you to pretty much do everything. The other two, I'm not going to say they don't really matter, but you just want to make sure you have voice feedback always on. And at the bottom it says Siri will provide voice feedback even when mute is on. So even if your iPad is on mute, you can still use her, basically, is what it's saying. And so that is how to talk to Siri. So again, for example, I'll ask, how's the weather today? And by doing so, I'm holding down the home button. So for as far as accessibility features, Siri, okay, I almost forgot, type to Siri. So typing to Siri, you're going to go to accessibility on the iPad, which is in general, and you want to make sure, so in accessibility, you go to Siri, and you want to turn on type to Siri. So if you would rather type to Siri, this is what you would press. And it says when you press and hold the home button, Siri will allow you to type your requests rather than speaking them. So I know most people use talk to Siri, but some people might want to use type. And so that's how you would use type. And so if I click down on the home button, now it allows me to type. So I could type, how's the weather today? And so she's still going to respond to me, but this is for people that prefer and then I'm going to turn that off because I prefer to type to Siri. And then you have the accessibility features or I'm sorry, the accessibility with Siri. So basically, that's, who might use Siri. And pretty much I said people on the go, people that are always busy on business trips, such and such. But the most kind of important feature or accessibility, Siri is important for accessibility wise because so people, for instance, who have hand mobility issues can use Siri and it can make things easier. So obviously they wouldn't use, the Siri to type. They would use the talk to Siri rather.